The day I bought my lake cabin was one of the happiest moments of my life. It wasn't just a weekend getaway, it was a legacy. The property had direct water access, a private dock, and a stretch of shoreline that was legally deeded to me. I had the papers, the survey maps, and every legal document to prove it. But the moment Karen, the HOA president, caught wind of it, she decided my dock and shoreline were community assets. Started small. One Saturday morning, I arrived at the cabin to find 3 families I didn't know lounging on my dock, fishing, grilling, and letting their kids jump into the water. "Excuse me," I said politely. "This is private property." One man waved dismissively. "Karen said the HOA opened this dock for community use. You're welcome to join us." My jaw dropped. I stormed straight to Karen's house. She answered the door with her trademark smug smile. "Karen," I said tightly, "why are strangers using my dock?" Her eyes glittered. "Because docks fall under communal water access. You're part of the HOA now, which means you share." "No," I snapped, pulling out a copy of my deed. "This dock is explicitly listed as my private property." She waved her hand like I was showing her a grocery list. "Oh, paperwork. The board decided it's better for the community if everyone enjoys it. You should be more neighborly." I clenched my fists. "That's trespassing, Karen. Don't push me." But she did. Over the next few weeks, my property became a circus. People I'd never met set up tents on my shore, tied their boats to my dock, and even left piles of trash behind. Every time I confronted them, they parroted the same line. "Karen said we could." The final straw came when I arrived one weekend to find Karen herself hosting a birthday party on my land. There were 20 people, balloons tied to my dock posts, and a bounce house plugged into my cabin's outlet. I nearly exploded. "Everyone off my property now." Karen had the audacity to roll her eyes. "Oh, relax. You weren't using it today anyway. That was it." She had no idea who she was messing with. The following week, I gathered every document I had: deed, plat maps, HOA charter, and even the county's zoning records. Then I called a lawyer. Together, we prepared a brutal cease and desist order, backed by potential lawsuits for trespassing, theft of utilities, and property damage. But I didn't stop there. I contacted the county recorder's office and requested certified copies of every property boundary in the neighborhood. To my delight, I discovered something delicious. Not only did I own the dock and shoreline, but the HOA itself had zero jurisdiction over water access lots. They had no authority to enforce anything on my property. Armed with paperwork and a sheriff's deputy, I marched into the next HOA meeting. Karen sat at the head of the table, smirking like she'd already won. "Mr. Entitled Dock Owner," she sneered. "Here to complain again?" I set a thick binder on the table with a loud thunk. "No, Karen. I'm here to end this." The deputy stepped forward, holding the cease and desist order. Effective immediately, the HOA is prohibited from accessing or authorizing access to this man's property. Continued violations will result in arrests. The room went dead silent. Karen's face drained of color. "Why you can't?" "Oh, I can," I interrupted, pulling out the certified deed and pointing straight at her. "And if you or anyone else steps foot on my dock again, I'll sue you personally for damages. By the way, hosting a party on my land without permission? That's already on file." The deputy handed her the paperwork, and for the first time, Karen didn't have a snappy comeback. She just sat there, trembling, as the rest of the board stared at her in shock. Word spread fast. Within days, my dock was empty again. No more strangers, no more trash, no more entitled parties. Karen tried to save face, claiming it was a misunderstanding. But everyone knew she'd been caught overstepping big time. The kicker? My lawyer filed a small claims suit for the utility theft and cleanup costs. Karen ended up paying me $5,000 out of her own pocket. She also lost her position as HOA president when the board voted her out for abuse of authority. Now, when I sit on my dock, the only sounds I hear are the waves and the birds. It's peaceful again, just the way I wanted it. And every time I cast a line into the lake, I smile, knowing Karen lost everything trying to steal what was mine. Because in the end, she didn't just trespass on my property. She trespassed on her own downfall.